Happy Monday, Sooner Nation. Welcome back to another edition of Sooner Surge Double Trouble. Here with you again on the Monday night. The OU captains have been released. They had after practice interviews. You got the game this week against BYU at 10 o'clock, Utah time. A lot to talk about. Obviously, the A&M stuff's kind of been heavy out there. The Big 12 tiebreakers, everyone's still talking about today, it seems like. But first, just want to say, thank you, David Madrano, for becoming a Sooner Surge YouTube Sooner Surge Unlimited member. Appreciate it, David, so much. Thanks for being a new member here. John, what's up? Boomer, Easton. Yeah, I just got back from my
What are you wearing?
What?
What are you wearing?
Got back from my first Hallmark movie audition. They're filming something here in Oklahoma, in Sapulpa with the Christmas shoot. No, I'm just kidding. I was not at a Hallmark movie. I just haven't been home until about 3 minutes ago. So we already got comments coming in.
What's up, everybody? Guys. How's everybody doing tonight?
We have not talked about how OU football came to fruition. The historical part, that would take a while. Tell Candace Cameron I said hello. It is Candace Beret, right?
It's Candace Cameron Bure.
Candace Cameron Bure. I love Candace Cameron Bure. Her shows are great. Hey, Dylan Runningmore. Go back to that. Dylan Runningmore. Gibson getting in the end zone. 2 receivings, 1 touchdown on. Exactly. More of that, please. More of that. Throwing over the middle. Check. Stogner getting more involved for you. Check. Nick Anderson. Check. Stay with the hot back. Check. Teague, are you saying that's what everyone on this podcast has been saying, including you? Because it kind of sounds like it. That's kind of what we talked about. Hey, yeah. We're doing good, Mars Jam. Thanks. 1897, steamrolled by Oklahoma City High, 64-0. Barnes is on the back of a milk carton somewhere. I don't know. He's missing, and he's still, in my opinion. Look, this is my opinion. What's up, Blake? My opinion is that Barnes just is not healthy and hasn't gotten healthy, and I just don't know what the deal is.
I don't think you'll probably – I mean, you might see Barnes in mop-up duty if they get big enough leads, maybe. But I don't think you're going to see him much the rest of the year. I think you're going to see Sawchuk and Tawee.
And I don't think Barnes sticks around either. He might, but I don't know.
I don't see how the BYU can be a trap game either.
Not a trap game.
There's a good chance for rain, for sure. That's true. And this is true, too. I mean, it's not like they're going to – even if it was a night game, I mean, it's not like they're going to be out partying all day. It's not going to be a lit atmosphere, I wouldn't think, especially at 10 a.m.
Blake has warned us.
Blake lives there.
It's not going to be tough. Iowa State at a night atmosphere went into Provo and destroyed BYU.
Can't compare games.
If it's a game, OU's got problems again, and they're not as consistent as we thought they would be. But
hey, I got a question. I got to address something. I watched a little bit of Mike Gundy's press conference today. Why and how does he bring dogs to a press conference? You talk about the high school press conference. He brings his dogs to the press conference. Is that the weirdest thing?
Yeah, it's pretty strange.
Have you seen that, Jeremy?
I haven't actually. I don't watch Mike Gundy's press conference.
It's weird.
Okay, Ron brings up something I actually talked to the Sooner Surge guys about last week. Right, guys? It does seem like last year and this year, now, obviously, OU looked great against West Virginia. It does seem like OU has, as the year has progressed, seemed to either get tired or I don't know. And obviously,
they didn't look tired the other night.
They did the other night, but I just know that it's
how can you blame it on? How can you blame it on?
I'm not blaming it, Jay. I'm not blaming it. I'm saying it's something I've brought up before. Something I've brought up before.
I'm not starting the rumor about Mike Gundy going to A&M. It's not going to happen. He might want to get a pay raise and try to act like he's going there, but we all know he's not going there. A&M would not hire him. A&M's going for a big dog. A&M's going to hire Urban Meyer or somebody like that. The interesting thing today, though, if you want to talk about interesting in the coaching world, was the Mississippi State firing of Zach Arnett, because that opens up a job, and just the timing of that is very weird because it's almost like I thought about this earlier. Do you think they think that Lane Kiffin is going to A&M, so they fired their coach to try to get Lebby before Ole Miss gets him?
LSU board said that they said Lane, but the thing is, hey, yeah, Stephen A. Smith mentioned.
Hey, Hunter, you always say no, Jay. That's fine. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I brought it up as a question.
LSU boards were all talking about that. Hey, Jay, someone mentioned Urban Meyer. Obviously, he's going to be in the mix, but the guy after that, who was after that one? Deion. Stephen A. Smith today went on a rant like
ridiculous
always about how Deion should be the next coach and how he would turn it around. Come off it. He's losing his mind.
And I've talked to some A&M people, and I mentioned Chip Kelly as an option. They don't want him. They want a defensive guy because of all their recruits.
Chris Kleiman, Jay. Chris Kleiman.
They want a defensive guy.
The UCLA recruiting story is
the story with UCLA, them robbing all that stuff is wild.
Wow.
Unbelievable. Hey, I don't think there's any chance Lane Kiffin's going to A&M. Zero.
Blake, is that sarcasm? I can't tell on a comment, but
that's
A&M going to hire Art Briles? No chance.
Hey, listen, Mars, I understand with this Big Ten coaching history and stuff, but I don't see any chance that Michigan State, when they fire Mel Tucker for an incident over the phone with the woman, I don't see any chance they're going to bring in another, could be a problem in Urban Meyer. I don't see it happening.
Hey, Jackson, Deion would not turn A&M around. Come off it, dude.
I agree, Jack. I don't understand that, Jackson, where you're coming from there.
No way. Hey, Braden said the OU Gabriel was great. Defense was great. You got to back it up, and you got to stack two performances like that in a row before everyone's going to start believing again. One performance is great, but you got to stack another one on top of it. You got to be that elite on offense as well.
I'm interested to know on Jackson about Deion Sanders. What has he done to make you think that he could win at A&M? Because I know what everybody's going to answer to that. They're going to say he can recruit. But
Jay,
can he coach football? Can he coach football?
Deion's a cheerleader, not a coach. He'll sell tickets too, but
hey, and he'll get a lot of recruits. But look, did Jimbo get recruits? Yeah.
Did my whole problem?
No, they didn't win.
If you want a guy who's proven, it's Chris Kleiman. He won everywhere he's gone. So
what is your deal with Chris Kleiman? He's not. Why would he go to Texas A&M?
I don't want him to go to A&M. Oh, you can't beat him. Travis Hunter's overrated, Jackson.
Yeah, Jackson, you can't say one guy's going to follow him and they're going to be great.
Yeah, if Lebby were to go, Seth Luttrell would be the guy this year, but Lebby's not leaving in the middle of the year.
No. The only chance I think Lebby leaves in the offseason is if Ole Miss or something opened up. Or Mississippi State. I mean, you do have the Zach Selman tie to OU at Mississippi State. You know, used to be there under Castiglione. He is now the AD there at Mississippi State, so he has ties to OU. And just the timing of that fire is so weird. They've lost. He's only coached 10 games, dude. What the heck?
I know. We can talk national stuff all day if we want to. I'm fine with that. Did anything stand out today of you as far as the captains? And we'll be dropping a video tomorrow about each of those captains. But I thought it's cool. Caden Green's on that list. Anything stand out from you tonight? Anything you heard, Jay?
No, I mean, I think Caden Green being a true freshman and being on the captain list is pretty impressive. You also had Sawchuk, true sophomore. And I see the comment about Arnett, great DC for Oklahoma. There was talk when Brent Venables came in about them bringing him as a DC. He would be a great DC. I can't believe he's fired from Mississippi State after 10 games.
Something had to have happened.
Or they have somebody they really want that's out there. That's the only option.
Yeah, Sexton also chosen as a captain after his second career start. He was great.
But a lot of youngsters.
R. Mason Thomas on that as well. So, yeah, it was Jimbo is winning at 76. Yeah. Hey, guys, the smartest man alive right now is Jimbo Fisher.
Yeah, you know why? He's gonna get $208,000 a day, but he's also gonna go find another job at a pretty good school, probably. And
No,
yeah,
he can't. He loses the buyout.
I don't think so, Jeremy.
I'm pretty sure I read if he
No.
goes and gets a job within a certain.
That's not how it works, you moron.
Okay, I read something.
You read what?
Someone can find that. If he were to go get a job within a
They
certain amount
fired
of
him,
time.
Jeremy. They fired him. He didn't leave on his own.
Okay,
You
I
can't
may be
fire
wrong then.
somebody. You can't fire somebody.
Oh,
and
it's
then,
not in. It usually is, but not with Jimbo. So he is the smartest man alive.
wait, Hunter. It's not usually. If they fire you, you can go get another job.
No, there. Sometimes there's time restraints.
I don't think there's anything about losing a buyout. I think it's guaranteed money.
Yeah, brothers. That's right.
Hey. Another thing is they. You know how much they paid him to come coach at A&M? $75 million. Cost him 76 to get rid of him.
Jimbo
Wow.
got him removed. The guy's an absolute genius. Hey, and Lane Kiffin, they're not going to go pay mega bucks for another coach. They're going to bring someone smaller in, I promise you.
I disagree.
Hey, someone posted. Did you see?
Wait, what makes you think they're going to bring somebody in smaller? It's Texas A&M.
They're going to bring someone 6 to 9 million in my opinion. Matt Rule had a time clause on his buyout. Thank you, Mark. Thank you. Appreciate you. And Sooner Surge said that as well. Hey, someone posted on, I don't even remember where I saw it. It cannot be true. I don't know why it was posted, but they said they heard on the ref and other radio stations that Hicks is already entering the portal. And like, come on, nothing has been said.
No.
The one guy I would expect to OU be in on highly and have an opportunity would be Hicks, but you just don't know until things have been decided.
Yeah, here's the Jeff Lebby to Mississippi State stuff. Listen, it's going to
get. If they offer it to him, he's gone.
I don't know. It's going to get traction though. It's going to get.
If they offer it to him, he's gone.
Why did they fire their coach 10 games in?
I have no idea.
Has to be because they have somebody in mind. You don't do that unless you have somebody.
And yeah, Elijah Robinson, that's the thing. I mean, you don't know what's going to happen. Dalpos, hey, Easton thinks J.A. will leave. I don't.
Why?
Are you saying, if Lebby goes? If Lebby goes. That's a possibility. But, guys, someone asked, it was right under the J.A. leaving. It was Dalpos about, I missed it. Again, what it was.
It was about DeMarco Murray as OC.
Oh, yeah. Thanks, Hunter. Yeah. Look, DeMarco Murray, I don't think he's ready to be an OC. That's my personal opinion. He has never called plays. You may know an offensive scheme and not be good at calling plays, or maybe he's great at it. We don't know yet, but I would much rather have Seth Littrell has proven himself at 4 or 5 power schools. Seth Littrell has. He has an elite offense.
Hey, I don't think Lebby would take Mississippi State. To me, if he's going to take a job in the SEC, it's going to be Ole Miss when Lane leaves. Ole Miss wants him.
Infidel, that'd be fine with me. After we win a Natty and another Heisman, and I would love.
Speaking of Utah, that's who A&M should go after with all their money. Kyle Whittingham.
Hey, I don't want any part of Utah in a bowl game. Kyle Whittingham's like Liam Neeson, dude. He's intimidating.
Oh, yeah, he's got a special set of skills.
The Alamo Bowl, and Sooner Surge, drop it in here for us. The Alamo, if I'm not mistaken, is the best bowl you can be in if you're not in the New Year's Six.
It's a good bowl. I don't know who said it wasn't a good bowl.
I don't know.
Hey, now that one would be interesting. But, Jimmy, to me, Arkansas, if they do get rid of Pittman, they need to go after one guy, and it's Rhett Lashley. He's a homegrown guy. They would have to go after SMU's Rhett Lashley. He would be the perfect hire for Arkansas.
Blake knows Utah because he's there and he's around it. Yeah, Kyle Whittingham seems perfectly content.
Oh, I agree. He's not leaving. I'm just saying I would offer it.
I think Craig was saying, hey, Craig from ATL, again, thanks for being on here. I think what Craig is saying is, why the Alamo Bowl if you're 10-2 and you win out? Then it should be a New Year's Six Bowl. Is that what you're saying? Because I agree with you in that.
It all depends on how things falls on that.
But I agree, Craig. If you're 10-2 and you win out, I'd love to be in a New Year's Six. If not, it's the Alamo Bowl is your best option. So, Rhett Lashley, I agree, Jay.
Hey, he holds records at Springdale High School in Arkansas. He coached under Gus Malzahn. He played quarterback at Arkansas. To me,
Did
he's
he play at
obvious.
Shiloh Christian, Jay?
What?
Ron asked if he played at Shiloh Christian there in
I thought he
Arkansas.
played at Springdale High, but Shiloh's in Springdale, Arkansas. But I thought he played at Springdale High, but I may be a little off on that. I know it was in Springdale, but
Correct. I agree. If you go 10-2, New Year's Six is what you want. Absolutely. Hey, when is Gus Malzahn? Is he going to end up staying at UCF and riding it out, or do you think he's going to get a bigger job again?
I don't know. I think listen, UCF's a great spot. They can win the Big 12 every year. They're going to be good. They have talent all over the place. It's a great place to recruit. I wouldn't leave there. Hey, I want to look at this real quick. I want to say something about this. Mark, listen, I'm not sure Tulane gets that New Year's Six bowl. Liberty is right on their heels. Liberty's undefeated. Tulane has struggled lately.
I think Liberty's going to get it.
It's going to be between those two. I mean,
could be
Tulane's
Levy versus
right
Corn
now, but Liberty's knocking on the door.
Corn. Levy versus Corn.
I don't know if Liberty has a tough enough opponent to maybe jump it though.
UCF is a sleeping giant. Hey, TU had their third string quarterback, fourth string, Kirk Francis from Metro Christian. James Madison. I don't know what to think about James Madison.
They're getting screwed.
Yeah,
they're getting screwed.
We were just talking about the bowl games.
I agree, Infidel. To me, next year, UCF's loaded. I mean, they got skill guys that are going to be in the NFL. They got some good skill guys, and they're going to keep getting them. That's the thing.
Break it now. Look, I'm just a teacher. Listen, listen.
A&M?
I think I'm a pretty good judge of character. A lot. I mean,
how? In what ways?
I'm a teacher. I'm around a lot of people. I think I can judge character.
I agree. You're pretty good. You're pretty decent.
And I would say, based on body language, Dabo Swinney, if the right one came, I think he would leave. I don't know what the right one would be. I don't know that A&M would be the right one. Obviously, Bama would be. But someone asked if OU can be in the New Year's Six Bowl without winning the conference championship. I don't think there's a way.
No, that'd be 3 losses.
No, they could. I think they're saying they win out, but they don't get there.
No, because the team that makes it would have 2 losses too, and they take them over OU.
That's what I'm thinking.
Unless it's OSU, they don't travel very well.
Jimmy, he's not ruling the Big 12. He can barely rule the locker room. And I'm not saying that in a mean way. Okay, yes, I am kind of saying it in a mean way. He doesn't have control over things.
Do you think A&M will even offer Deion?
No.
I don't either.
Jay, if you're a player, would you want to play for Deion?
A lot of players will, Jeremy.
And a lot of them are bolting right now.
Yeah,
they're going to bolt this off.
Jeremy, if he goes, he'll get a lot of players. I just don't think he's that great of a coach. I think he can recruit.
Mark says they can make a New Year's Six if they don't. But here's the thing:
it depends on who you're comparing them to. It depends on who you're comparing them to.
Yeah.
If it's between them and OSU, you might, because OU fans they might rather have OU in that game.
Cotton Bowl at worst for the
That'd be another 10 a.m. kick. Cotton Bowl.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Deion's going to be in the Big 12 next year. I'm glad OU's going to be out of there.
Why?
Because of the officials and the way the Big 12
is I thought you were saying because of Deion coming.
Hey, the most 11 o'clock kicks next year is 2 in the SEC. There's a rule. You know that?
Yeah, I heard that. I've heard that. I don't know if the New Year's Six at-large bowls are Cotton.
Stop for a second. What are you saying? Say it again.
Who?
Say read that question to me.
What are the New Year's Six at-large bowls?
The what?
What did I say? New Year's Six?
You said New York Six.
Oh, I meant New Year's.
Just checking, bro. Man, language matters.
I'm surprised you could even understand me.
I am too.
Your hearing aids out.
I need to turn them up. Hey, Yeah, Dion to me. I don't know. Hey, BYU has changed quarterbacks, correct?
He's saying no rule against 10 a.m. kickoffs.
He's kidding.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Jay, yeah, I agree, Blake. It's awful. It may be good as far as OU to get there and get back. So Slovis should be back.
It doesn't matter. Their defense is playing horrific.
Oh, their defense is atrocious.
Even the coach interviewed this week, he didn't know what's going on with defense. OU should roll the next 2 games. They should roll. It should be like last week.
They should have 3 straight roll. And I agree. DG's going to put up massive numbers if he continues to run the ball.
And I know Claire sent me the stats about we were talking about Heisman last night. Marvin Harris isn't even close to what Devontae Smith did that year. And you know what's crazy? Devontae Smith year, one of the better quarterbacks in the college football that year was Dylan Gabriel for UCF.
Oh, yeah. Hey,
that's wild.
I agree, Blake. They changed quarterbacks. It's not that Slovis, if that's Slovis or Slovis is back, they didn't want him back. Like they benched him.
I agree with this. Nix, I think Oregon's winning out. I think they're going to beat Washington. I tell you a game they could slip up on. Oregon State. Oregon State's playing pretty well.
Oh, yeah, dude. That you never know in that game.
Here's the answer here. One spot in Peach Bowl is an at-large. One spot in the Cotton Bowl is an at-large.
Yeah, that's correct. Hey.
I don't want the Cotton Bowl. I mean, I'll take it. But
guys, think about this. BYU, I don't think DJ's passing Baker, is he?
I'd have to see the stats on that. I know he's getting close to things.
I know he's getting close nationally to being top career-wise, being top 10 overall career.
Hey, I saw this. Sooner Magic, thanks for joining Sooner Magic Bros. Hey, I've seen this on some of our comments on our video too. And Hunter, you would have to pull this up. I don't know off the top of my head. I don't think there's a way it gets to the coin flip.
Yeah, I don't think there's a way it does either.
I mean, there might be mathematically.
There is probably. Hunter's going to look for it. There could be, but there would have to be. And the way it would be is some of those other games that we don't think matter throughout the Big 12 would matter, and it would cause something to go down. But
well, and it might be like if you're talking like if Texas loses both games. I mean, there could be weird things, but that's not happening.
I agree, Mark. I always call heads. Jay always calls tails.
When you coach flag football and stuff, do you tell your players what to call, or do you let them call it?
Heads every time.
You tell them to call it?
Heads every single time.
Wait, you don't give your first, second, third graders the opportunity to make their own decision?
Let me say it again.
Wait,
heads every time. I don't coach second and third graders. Heads every time.
I've never told my kids what to call. I let them make that choice. It's called making them independent, being a leader.
Heads every time.
You tell them that they have to call heads? Wow.
Sooner Surge said his youth coaches always told him.
I think that's baffling.
Why?
Let the kid call it.
Okay.
Do you think they tell Ethan Downs what to call?
I don't know. I'm just saying I always call heads.
I wonder if they tell him what to call there, though, you.
I think they might.
No.
Blake, every time, tails every time. They always did tails.
Interesting. I didn't do it that way. But
Jason, you're proven wrong again. I mean, this is kind of a nightly deal, guys. How Jason has been proven wrong every time.
What are you wearing tonight?
Again, I had a Hallmark audition.
Okay.
It's a sweater. I got purple pants.
Wow, you just called yourself out. Purple pants.
Oh, yeah, dude. Now, this is what I wore to school today, dude.
Who
I already said that. Jay, the best OC in flag football history. I witnessed the game.
I could dominate
flag
football.
Offense elite.
There you go, Jeremy. Ted Lasso.
That's exactly right. There it is. Hey, so you got obviously BYU TCU. It's not the best going to be as far as opponents in the next 2 weeks. I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, Sooner Surge followers here. You're going to put as much effort and cheering in other games than you are the OU game. Is that a true statement? Because I think it is for me.
What do you mean, like the Texas game?
Yes, the other games.
I mean, I'm not going to stand up and cheer like I do for OU games, but I'll be rooting
I
against
will
them.
be.
Yeah.
Hey, what was
Okay.
this? I got to read this about.
Wait. Let me
I
answer
got to
that
go
one.
back. I got to go back to Coconut Greg. You look at this is interesting here. Looking at refs' hands, if they flip with the right hand, dude, Coconut Greg. I think he was on analytical stuff before the league went analytics. This guy, that is elite stuff right there, Coconut Greg. I did not know that. That's what the analytical data says right there. That's elite, man.
DG is going to pass Baker, guys. Are you going to be upset about that, Jeremy?
Okay, let me ask you an honest question. If DG ends up top 10 lifetime career yardage in NCAA football, is he the worst one in that list? Has to be.
I'd have to see the list. I know you just don't like DG, do you?
Okay, can we stop? I like DG. I don't think he's that great of a quarterback. I'll say it. I don't care. I think he's good. He's good. He's not great.
Yeah, Coconut Greg, man, still in the signs, man. Still in the flips.
Is it Coconut Greg or Connor Greg Stallions?
Ooh, it could be Connor Greg.
Is this Connor Greg on here?
Hey, will the real Connor Greg please stand up?
Okay, Jay agrees with me. DG, least talented top 10. I can say I like
the list.
Hey,
I'd have to see
I
the
can
list.
say I like him and that he's not great.
He's already number 10. I'd like to see the list, though.
Can I say I like him and he's not great?
Yeah, you can say whatever you want to say.
I just did.
Case Keenum, number 1. He's overrated.
Oh, wait. Tommy Chang from Hawaii. I forgot about him.
He's got to pass Chang.
Tommy Chang. That's a blast from the past. Was June Jones Tommy Chang's coach?
Probably.
Hey,
Yeah.
Blake, you're in Utah.
I think what you're going to see on this list.
Jay, is Ty Detmer on that list? Because he was pretty doggone good.
I think what you're going to see on this list is that most of these guys were a little bit overrated. I wouldn't say any of these are like the greatest quarterbacks of all time. Hey, Landry Jones is 3.
Clark, I do disagree with you. Stats do lie sometimes. Because I can tell you, Trent Dilfer wasn't that good of a quarterback. He won a Super Bowl. So was Brad Johnson. He won a Super Bowl too, and he had good stats.
Hey, where's Rattler going to get drafted?
Graham Harrell is number 4.
See,
there, you said it.
All these quarterbacks are from air raid offenses. It doesn't mean they're great quarterbacks.
Yeah. Hey,
I actually think DG's already better than 2 or 3 of these guys.
Hey, what about the dude from Kentucky that went about 340 pounds now? Plays like.
No, he died.
What was his name?
Lorenz.
Didn't he play like
Lorenz?
XFL?
He died.
I loved watching him.
Yeah, he died.
Hefty lefty.
It was Lorenzen or something.
Sam Hartwin. Hey, can you go back up to Corey Hunter? I can't find Corey's comment. Guys, first, thanks so much for being on here. A lot of comments coming in. We're trying to get to them all. We appreciate you guys. You guys are so faithful being on here every night. Appreciate it. Yeah, so do we think Texas is losing this week in Iowa State and OU gets, or do you think OSU loses? I'm going to say I think there is a better chance. Golly, that's tough. I think there's a better chance of OSU losing.
I would almost disagree. I think Iowa State is primed and ready to beat Texas. And listen.
And Texas will be too.
Okay, but they've been ready, the last 3 weeks and haven't looked that great.
I agree.
The best half they played was the first half against K-State. They looked great.
Ty Detmer is number 6.
Hey, what is the weather? It's going to rain and be
Kellen Moore. 40% chance, 40 degrees and rain.
Hey, what does the weather look like in Iowa State, though? Hey, Kellen Moore, mark it down, Boise State head coach.
Oh,
they have an opening.
Where's Chris Peterson these days?
He's on Fox.
No more coaching.
He's in the studio.
Timmy Chang is number 2. Wow, Luke Falk. Did anyone remember that game against Boise? How sick to your stomach were you on that one?
Stop! Don't bring that up, man. There's some weird names, like names that I had forgotten about on that one.
They're not any good. The fact that DG's in that group proves he's not that great. I'll say it.
He's better than most of those quarterbacks that they just listed.
They're not that good, Jay.
Okay, and he's better.
Yeah.
I just want to be in the Big 12 championship game. I just want a chance. You're
I
telling
just
me there's a
want.
chance, and there's a chance.
I want to win the last Big 12 title. I want to be in Arlington.
Hey, here's the wild thing: is even after this week, if Texas and OSU win, a lot of people will be like, "No chance for OU." Well, there is that last week if Kansas loses.
That is true.
So there's still options. I mean, obviously we want Texas to lose for sure. But
Yeah.
I had somebody talking to me about this. They're an OU fan. They're hoping Texas wins out just so they can get left out of the playoff.
Oh, I know. Hey, that is true about the COVID year, though, too.
That's true.
You're kind of comparing apples to oranges. I agree. If you run it 8 to 12 times, he's a lot better. Break it now. He uses his legs. He's a better quarterback. There's no doubt.
Yeah, he just needs to do it. That's the thing.
Hey, I'm sorry, and I'm not here to bash media, but can someone ask White? Can someone just ask the question, why did you run one time in 2 weeks? Just ask it.
Who's going to ask that?
Somebody.
But they won't answer it, Jeremy. They're not going to answer it.
Richard, I want to say thanks for being a Sooner Surge Unlimited member, but I do disagree. I would take Landry Jones in a heartbeat.
I would take Dylan Gabriel over Landry Jones in a heartbeat.
Wow.
I'm with you, Richard. I'm with you, Richard.
Landry Jones was an amazing passer.
You could not stand Landry Jones.
Exactly, and he was an amazing passer.
If I had text messaged you back when he was a quarterback, I could pull up receipts right now of you bashing Landry Jones.
Blake says Parker should ask. He's not going to. Maybe Levy dropped that page. Yeah, maybe.
Hey, listen, it doesn't matter if you ask or not. They're going to not answer the question.
And Levy's not going to be on any interviews, so.
Mark
that was weird. So
Landry over DG all day.
When was
now that's true. That's true. Nobody took a sack like Landry, man. He was horrible pocket presence, dude.
He also dropped the ball a lot. Big time moments, had the weirdest plays. Like he would just lose the ball. Chester's on here. Thanks, Chester. Boomer Sooner for life. Jay, when did Levy stop doing? When did the coordinators stop having their press?
They went the SMU game. You had the stuff with Levy.
Right.
That following Monday, they still did press conferences, but the next Monday they stopped.
Yep. You think it was because of the Briles stuff?
I thought it was. I wonder if it was okay. You had the SMU game. The offense looked bad, right?
Bad.
And then the Cincinnati game, it didn't look much better. And I think they probably just said, let's just nick this in the butt and don't have to deal with it. I don't know. I don't know the answer. I'm not.
What'd you say? Say what you just said.
Who?
Something in the butt. Say it.
What?
Say what you said.
Nip that in the butt.
Did you say nip?
Yes.
It's bud, B-U-D.
I don't say bud. I say butt.
It's nip it in the bud.
I don't say it that way. So what's it matter? It's not grammar class, dude. That's tomorrow.
Hey, there's a couple of words that Jay, remember how I used to say the coast is clear? I mean, the ghost is clear instead of the coast. Hey, Levy accepts the Arkansas job. That would be great. Thanks, Chester. Yeah. Exit the chat just real quick. We still got 15 minutes on this thing.
Hey, tomorrow night we got a special guest for a video. I'm just going to say it so we can give you a heads up on it. But the strength and conditioning coach for OU softball will be on with us tomorrow night. It's going to be a great interview. We'll drop that video tomorrow night.
Not during the live.
Not during the live. It'll be up before the live probably. But check it out. It'll be a good interview. Let's see.
2 chances to get it. Which game are you referring to? Is that the Infidel? Are you talking about the Kansas game or what?
He was not great in big games. And granted, they didn't have a whole lot of big games in Landry's era.
Hey, which game are we talking about to get a yard, though?
That's true, Teague. Yeah, Richard,
Jay,
I figure you'd be happy. You were asking about him, getting him
Jay,
on.
we delivered. He delivered. Hey, Jay, what was the thing about 1 yard, 2 times?
Yeah, terrible at Nebraska.
Who, Jay?
They're talking about Landry Jones.
Okay.
Wait, who beat UConn? Who's he talking about? You beat UConn. Landry? I'm
Yeah.
confused. Lori, what's up, Lori? Welcome in. Fiesta Bowl, that was the Adrian Peterson year, right? Boise State.
Yes.
How do you have Adrian Peterson as your running back and you can't be frustrated?
Do you guys remember the Boise quarterback? Played in the NFL.
The name of him?
Yeah.
Oh, Lefty?
Yep.
God, what was his name?
Someone will know it in the chat.
Do you know it?
Number 5.
Wait, you don't know it?
Number 5.
You asked the question.
Number 5, Zabransky. There it is.
You don't even know, and you asked the question.
Yes, I did. Hook and lateral, dude. Unreal. That game. Then you get the proposal in the end zone, bro. It was unreal.
I would still watch Adrian Peterson to this day.
Adrian Peterson in his prime was one of the best guys to watch.
Hey, Jeremy, I know you had a mustache a few weeks ago. I don't see it anymore, but Landry Jones's mustache was one of the worst ones ever.
Oh, it was great.
Oh, it was awful.
It's amazing.
I think he could still play too. AD, do you?
Maybe mop up time. His only BCS Bowl beat UConn.
Hey, some of these NFL coaches that people are throwing their names around to go back to college, I don't see any chance. Why would you leave the NFL and go to college with all the recruiting and portal? It's a mess.
He is talking about coming back. Peterson is.
I've heard that, but he just got off Dancing with the Stars. I thought he would have done better on that show. Do you watch that show, Jeremy?
No, I don't.
You don't?
No, too much Hallmark on. Hey, Jay, a statue for Adrian Peterson?
Too much Golden Bachelor for Jeremy. Hey, how many
not
episodes?
Watching the Golden.
You don't watch it?
I don't. It's horrible, dude. No.
So you've watched it?
It's horrible, Jay.
Have you watched it?
I've seen a snippet of it.
A snippet? Like how much?
I've seen a snippet, Jay, and then I nipped it in the butt. How about that?
Hey,
I'll say what you say instead of nip it in the bud like you should be.
Is Jesse Palmer still the host?
I have no idea.
What happened?
Who was so bad, Claire? Who was so bad? You're right. Almost.
He was talking about Dancing with the Stars, Adrian Peterson.
Hey, here's the problem with giving guys statues. At what point does it stop?
Well, it's going to end up being like the everybody gets a statue thing. Everybody gets a trophy.
You can't do that. That's the only thing.
You can't.
Would have, could have, should have, but didn't. Remember Scott Norwood in the Buffalo Bills. If you haven't seen the 30 at 30 on Jim Kelly, wow.
On Jim Kelly?
Jim Kelly, dude, turned his life around.
Dude, he just got baptized. He got baptized like a month ago.
Yeah, he was saved and he got
back. Great
story, guys. Great story, Jim Kelly. I wasn't even a Jim Kelly fan, but I'm a huge fan of his after watching that. It's great.
Yeah, no statue. Yeah. I think most people are saying no statue.
Dan Mullen.
I've heard that. I've heard that too.
He fits. He was there once.
Was he there or Ole Miss?
He was at Mississippi State.
And they got rid of him, so why would you bring him back?
They loved him, dude.
Why would you bring him back?
Am I wrong? Wasn't he at Mississippi State before he went to...
I would agree with Mark on this. But they're going to probably start doing statues in the Love's Field area.
Well, yeah, Gassos is going to be first this year. Yeah. Hey, from 09 to 17, dude, they loved Dan Mullen. Coaching Dak.
I don't think he goes back there.
Jay, they might go after him.
No. If I'm Mississippi State, I go after Jamie Chadwell.
Look, it just sucks.
Jamie Chadwell.
No one wanted to follow Mike Leach, and it was a and I don't know what happened this year. I don't think they'll play a softball game at Memorial Stadium, but
would it sell out?
They should. It would absolutely sell out. And this is true. Timothy, go back to Timothy. Absolutely, people were ready to get You know, you go back to the Venables Stoops era, Venables and Mike together. There were people bashing both of those guys, calling
Yeah,
for
but a
both
lot
of
of
them.
the fans wanted BV gone.
Yeah, and I think it's because they didn't want the Stoops brothers to be disconnected.
Hey, I think this is pretty much JT Gasso's job once
I
past.
agree. It's still going to be a Gasso.
I think that's why JT probably hasn't went anywhere like his brother. He knows. I mean, he's probably going
Coach
to be
and
the one.
waiting.
Yeah, I think so. Keep it in the Gasso name. Why would you
Did I
not?
see the Cubs got a new manager?
I don't know about baseball right now. I don't care about baseball.
Hey, Rocha, I don't
No.
think Rocha would be the head coach.
I don't think she would even. I think she likes doing what she's doing personally. But
Hey, you're right. Infidel, and I know we got Claire on here who's a big SEC person. I was so sick, Infidel,
me
of the
too.
years, and Jay was too, of the years where the Big 12 was so dominant in offense, and people kept saying, the national media, they don't play defense in that league. No one could stop them.
Yeah, but here's the thing, Jeremy. If you notice, once the offenses started going to the SEC, they say these offenses are great. The defenses are still good. But when it was that way in the Big 12, they didn't say that. They just said the defenses suck. But you're going through quarterbacks like, I mean, some of those years, like Missouri,
Mahomes,
Chase Daniel was good.
Hey, it wasn't even that, Jay. The reason the Big 12 couldn't get big-time defensive lineman recruits, I see Infidel said facts. The other reason is no defensive lineman wanted to come to the Big 12 and chase these people around, these athletes around. In the SEC, you could just sit there and plug up the middle.
Yeah.
Blake, we'll see you tomorrow night. We remember that, and we can't wait to get your thoughts as you'll be at that game.
Blake needs to give Sooner fans some good places to eat there in Provo. Next time you're on tomorrow night, let us know, Blake. Where's some good places to eat there?
It's Sydney Romero.
Sydney Romero, that's it.
Sydney Romero. Thanks, Hunter. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, Sydney Romero. You never know. I don't think head coach, though, honestly.
I don't either.
It did make for fun games. They were always.
Do you remember the year? Do you remember their
Virginia, dude?
Always. Do you remember their OU lost? They had one loss. In the last 4 games, they scored like 70 every game.
Oh, yeah, I lost them all.
How about the running back? Can you name him? I bet you can.
For who?
OU that year.
Well, you had Chris Brown one year.
Yeah, but this guy, he won't remember his name.
What do you mean I won't remember it? Who was the quarterback?
Double M's.
Who was the quarterback?
What?
You had Chris Brown,
Bradford.
Moses Madu.
Bradford, that's it. Moses Madu, they got it.
Remember Alan Patrick?
Yeah, but Moses Madu, man, they put on. Remember Missouri? I think they hung 70-something on Missouri. You had Gresham.
Tavon Austin is still running by OU defenders. Killed us that year. Absolutely. Hey, you realize the last time OU played BYU, we lost.
Yeah.
Sam Bradford injured.
Wasn't that game in Dallas?
Well. Wasn't that game in Dallas?
Yeah, it was in Jerry World.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Offense was insane. Dude, hey, I'm still under belief. If DeMarco Murray plays against Florida, they win the Natty.
I agree. If DeMarco Murray plays, they would have won the Natty, and they should have won it against LSU that one year when Kewan Jones in the end zone.
Mark says last 2 times OU played BYU, they lost.
What was the other one, Mark? What was the other year? Because I know the Sam Bradford year.
It was probably back in Saturday.
It may have been 94, Hunter says.
Hey, let's talk about something first. First game ever at Jerry. Why doesn't OU play a game at Jerry World right now as a non-con? I'd love it.
And unless you can get one in Greedon.
I'd love it. OU Michigan, Jerry World.
Oh, that would be elite. But OU's not going to play a tough non-conference schedule.
No, not any chance anymore.
Yeah, Jermaine Gresham was unbelievable.
Yeah, he was. He was good.
Was he Ada or
no?
He was
the Ada tight end.
Ardmore, wasn't he?
I don't know. The Ada tight end you're thinking about is Jeremy. No, Jeremy Shockey was Miami. I went to Miami, but when he Ada, I thought he was Ada or Miami, Oklahoma.
There were several out of Ada, but Ardmore was Jermaine Gresham. Yeah.
Yeah, this needs to happen. OU Michigan, or I'll tell you another game that needs to happen. OU Penn State rivalry would be good. Old
BTW
school.
was not either one of those guys. Damon Parker, R.W. McQuarters, they were BTW.
Yeah, there wasn't.
Ada. Yeah, Shockey was Ada.
Shockey was Ada. Okay.
And yeah, and Trent
Man,
Smith was.
you talk about a good tight end. How did he get out of Oklahoma?
I don't know. There's been some elite tight ends. And guess what? OU's going to have elite tight end this next year with Damon Mitchell. Maybe they can land Nate Roberts. We'll see. But I don't. Yeah, if I was a betting person, there's no chance OU's losing to BYU.
No.
No chance.
Hey, didn't the line come out at like 24.5?
Yeah, it's up there.
Which means they know something. It's going to be a blowout. Vegas usually knows what they're doing.
Oh, yeah, they do. And, guys, here's the deal. It's 45 minutes and 50 seconds into this. I cannot believe we've already been on this thing 45 minutes. Devon, largest hands ever, Mitchell.
Yeah.
Again, you guys, every night you're showing up. And for that, we got to say thank you. We must say thank you to every one of you guys and gals for being on this every night. We couldn't do it without you, honestly. Big thanks to Hunter, back room, for running the chat. You guys give Hunter some kudos for keeping the chats and getting stats in here for us quickly. One of the best. And honestly, guys, you guys are the best. Appreciate it. The line at 24, over at 56.5. We're back on this again tomorrow night, guys. Make sure you put this in your notifications. Thank you, Jason. Thank you, Clark. Thank you, all you guys. Ray Gunn, Mark, all the usuals, Teague.
Bash Bros.
Yeah, the Bash Bros. Ooh, I like
Hey,
that.
do you remember the Mark McGuire, Jose Canseco?
Oh, yeah. I like the Bash Bros better for Mighty Ducks, the Fulton brothers.
Were they called Bash Bros in there?
Fulton brothers, I think.
They weren't called Bash Bros, were they?
Claire, thanks for being good. Claire covers Noah Homeschool, where Danny Okoye plays. I know they're playing for a national championship this Thursday in Florida. I think Claire may be there for that. So maybe she can give us some content on how Okoye's doing. But, guys, appreciate all you guys being on this. We'll see you tomorrow night. Till next time. Boomer.
Sooner.